Okay, let's begin. We are going to call Rafa's group in front. Yeah, the first one is Rafa's group. Give them a round of applause.
Hello.
Calling the phone monitors to collect all phones right now. You are not allowed to use any gadgets during all through this session. If we find out that you use gadgets, we're going to confiscate it. You need to be shut down. One more time, you are not allowed to use any gadgets, any uses of gadgets during this time. Your gadgets will be confiscated. You need it to be shut down. Not only keep it, but you need to be. Thank you.
Oh. Okay. Hello everyone. Right now, we are going to present about hello everyone. Okay. Hello everyone. Oh. Sini aja. Okay. Hello everyone. Start. Okay. Hello everyone. Right now we are going to start our presentation about jagung meletup. First of all, we are gonna talk about the business thingy. Our business plan is name of our business is Jagung Meletup, first of all. And what do we do actually? We sell popcorn, caramel and salted. And how did we do it? We did it by selling to students during snack and lunch break. Who did we serve? We serve students, teenagers who like popcorn, either sweetness or saltiness. Our objective is achieve at least 1 million revenue at the end of selling period 3 December. Our competitors is mainly business from our classmates selling soda, slimes and candles. How were the pricing method? Mainly cost plus pricing. Initially use market skimming since we have price high first. Since first business in the marketing, then we decrease it eventually to our current selling sales. The third one is over various size, medium and large to allow more diversity of choice for customer, adapted from the Starbucks and CGV. The marketing strategy, we were forcing students to buy our product. And the second one is we do this be going around school and offering to students and teachers. Our competitive advantage is we start our product first, so the customer know our product first, edible product and suits for teenagers trend. Our production method is batch production per 100 gram raw camels, and the customer complained that the soggy popcorn. The solution is allow the popcorn to cool completely before sealing it in a tight container. If you seal it with while warm, it traps steam can make it soggy. Popcorn tend to absorb moisture from the air, so try to keep it cold and dry, please. And we sell it those at school.
Okay, now I'm going to explain about more to the marketing mix. Okay, so I'm going to talk about why we choose popcorn as our product to be sold, because we thought that it would suit the trends of teenagers, and possibly many people still think that maybe they only can get popcorn from like cinemas such as CGV or some stuff. So we think that this could be a good competitive advantage as well. And to ensure quality, we use this method called quality assurance, where we check the quality of the popcorn in each stage of the production. So for example, after we cook the popcorn, or like we make the popcorn pop, we check and separate some unpopped and possibly burnt kernels, because obviously they're bad and people don't want to eat them. And this is notably easier to do with a machine, which is what we have in the last 3 weeks, because the unpopped kernels will just sink to the bottom, so we can just take it from the top. And we also think that popcorn could also generate lots of profit and can have high added value, because it also has lower production costs, and it's also relatively quite easy to make. And we also have a sealed packaging or an airtight packaging, which also adds value because it protects the popcorn from going bad. And so it helps keep the popcorn to still be crunchy and can still be sweet or salty. And also, since popcorn is edible, it allows people to rebuy the product, such as students and teachers, obviously, from the school. So this allows for repeated sales, which could increase sales and revenue. And we decided on caramel flavor initially because we think that many students like sweetness, but we added salted flavor after because of some requests from some students and teachers as well. And for the place, the production is on my house, but we then like transported the popcorns to school and then we just sold it there. We think that school is a good place because obviously this is a school project, so there's like less risk, and there are many distinct people here. Like I think it should be around more than 60 people, including teachers, in secondary school only, because we actually also sell to primary school. So, because of the help of this guy. And actually, initially we want to sell in Pascal 23 during the EduFest or the EduFair festival in 12 October, but we then decided it would be probably too risky because like we could get caught by security because we don't have a license to sell on there. So. And for the price, we initially use market skimming for we first sell medium popcorn, as we make the prices high, which is like 35,000 for one medium popcorn. Now this was supposed to be taste testers, but like some people over there offered prices of 35,000, so we just accepted it. And then we decreased it to 25K, and then we decreased it again to 15K, which is our normal selling price right now. And some of these prices are also determined by using cost plus, which is basically ensuring that each sale produces profit. So we basically sell it higher than the production costs. And the promotion is mainly done by this guy. Because, well, if you see a guy carrying a McDonald's bag with popcorn inside, that's probably him. For each selling day, he just goes around, well, probably with the help of me as well, but mainly it's done by him. He goes around the school during snack or lunchtime, and this also helps inform all the students and teachers about our popcorn business. And especially during the first week, because we're quite inexperienced at making popcorn, we also directly ask our customers with our free samples or taste testers for feedback. So for example, what should we improve or actually make it sweeter? Or is there still any unpopped kernels in the bags? And so on. And although we sometimes sell some popcorn lower than our designated prices because some people offer it for lower prices. And specifically in 17 October, we did have a sale, which is also a method of a quote-unquote free sample of salted popcorn, because that's another product that we also sell. This also gives us some feedback to improve, so we can determine whether the popcorn is salty enough or something. So next slide. Okay, now to the calculations. These are the variable costs, or like the cost of sales for the raw materials, and these are per 100 grams. Sorry, that's a big 100 grams of raw kernels. So as you can see, that all sums up to around 23,000. And then next slide. So we once packaged like 200 grams of that raw kernel into some medium and large size bags that we have. We found that it will fit on exactly 10 medium-sized bags. So 1 meal bag will produce popcorn that is worth like 20 grams of the raw kernel. So basically, the total cost to produce that, without the packaging, by the way, will be that 4,600-ish. And for a large bag, which fits for 7.5 large size bags, will be around that 6,100-ish. And then for salted popcorn, the total cost, these are all the ingredients. This will come up to 4,400. And the next slide would be just pretty much the same calculations. 1 meter bag will cost less than 1,000 rupiah, and one large bag will cost slightly more than 1,000 rupiah. And just explaining about the raw materials, because our tagline for this project is about how to increase added value through locally produced products. So the one that we use that are local are the kernels, palm sugar, granulated sugar, and the condensed milk. So although corn kernels are rare, but they could be still found in like East Java, Central Java, and other places. And obviously they're less dominant than other types of corn. Palm sugar is mainly produced in West and Central Java, and Indonesia is actually one of the world's best exporters of palm sugar. And granulated sugar, which is from sugarcane, is mostly produced by East Java and Lampung. And for condensed milk, we mainly use Frisian flag goat to be specific. So this was actually from first time by a Dutch company in 1922 by that name. I won't pronounce it, by the way. And this condensed milk is obtained from local cows and from local employees as well. So next slide. And these are some of the pictures that we use. And for next slide, unfortunately we can't get like the actual picture because we ran out of Frisian flag. But we once used the one in sachets, and we once used the one in cans. But my mom actually poured all the condensed milk in like that container so that it's easier to take it out. So unfortunately we don't have the actual picture. But okay, now for packaging, it's actually pretty simple. For one whole package of packaging, we have 50 pieces, which cost that much. So one piece is actually relatively cheap. Same for large size bags. Next slide. So if we add the variable costs before with the packaging, we get this. And then next slide. Now for fixed costs, currently we have a popcorn machine, right? And we pay some lease costs to our parents who bought the popcorn with a fee of 100,000 rupiah per week. However, there's also gas costs, but they're not really fixed costs because let's say we don't produce anything, therefore we don't use gas, so that means we don't pay for gas. However, the definition for fixed costs is costs that still has to be paid if we don't produce anything, so it's not really fixed costs here. And then here's the calculation for gas prices. So an estimate for cost of like 12 kilograms LPG, which is what we have, is around 140,000. And we estimate that 1 kilogram takes up 5 hours of usage. So usage per hour is around that, 2,000-ish. But for each of the first 3 weeks production, it takes up relatively around 3 hours total of production, of like cooking, sorry. But this usage is reduced by half after we get the machine because we no longer need to use gas to cook the popcorn, but rather we just use electricity from the machine. So first 3 weeks was 7,000-ish, but the rest decreased to half of it. Okay, now let's say we want to calculate the break-even cost, which is basically when we make zero profit, or like total revenue equals total cost. So these are the selling prices for our popcorn. As you can see, we're kind of scamming you guys. And by subtracting the selling price and the variable cost, we get the contribution margin, which is that. And then we calculate the break-even output by dividing the fixed cost, which is 100,000 before, divided by the contribution margin. And then if you round them up, because basically the break-even means like anything lower than the break-even means like you get loss, but anything above means you get profit. So basically we need to sell at least those numbers there. But this only considers if we sell one product, but in reality we brought a combination of these. So ideally, this is not really a best way to determine whether or not we're making profit. So a better way to calculate profit is, right? Oh, sorry. I just included math here. So basically, you might be wondering why do we get this formula right there? So basically, break-even is when total revenue is equals to total cost, or in other words, the difference or the profit is equal to zero. So total cost is actually just the sum of the fixed cost plus variable costs. And then the total revenue is obviously number of sales multiplied by the selling price. So you get that. And variable cost, you can multiply the sales by the variable cost per sale. And then you subtract this, move it to the left, factor out the sales. I'm doing math here. And then you subtract the selling price with the variable cost, which is known as the contribution, and then divide both sides by contribution, so you get that formula. So it's easy. Okay, now
Okay, this is our finance chart. This is all total revenue. We didn't sell at 30 October until 12 November because we don't have any production anymore. And this is our total inflow from our revenue. Yeah, and these are our total outflow from the cost from leasing of machine, raw material, buying package, and gas. And our net cash flow is from the total inflow minus total outflow. And yeah, our closing balance is net cash flow plus opening balance. Yeah.
and the rest. Okay. Wait, no, back to the sheets. Okay, now for the income statement, which is where we calculate our profit. Ignore that parking space, by the way. I don't know why it's there. Okay, so basically the contents for the revenue are more or less the same. We divide into like 4 products and so on. And then here, we calculate the number of sales, like to the right, if you can just scroll to the right. So that's the number of sales, then together. And then if you multiply the variable costs that we get before from the sites and multiply by the number of sales, you get those. But there are some exceptions right there, such as those that are marked. Like if you can scroll down. Wait, okay. So first one, the variable cost for medium popcorn for first week should have been 96 if we calculate variable cost using our current recipe. But before that, we use a recipe that has like less caramel. In fact, like half the caramel of now. So basically, the variable cost here should be half of it, so it's 48 in this case. And for here, we should have 3.9. If we just multiply 3 by 1.3, which is a variable cost for the medium salted popcorn. But we also consider the free samples, which are, well, free. And they are packed in like smaller bags. And there are 10 of these, which after we found out can fit for 3 medium bags. So basically the variable cost should count as if we sell 6 medium salted popcorn. So instead it will be 7.8 for that case. And if you scroll it up, up. And to the right, yes, you can see the variable cost and stuff. And now here, wait, go to the right, bro. Okay, there. Okay, now you may notice like quote-unquote fixed costs. This is because of the gas prices, because gas prices are not fixed for our case. Because if we don't produce anything, we don't use gas, and if we don't use gas, we don't pay. As you can see for those 2 weeks right there. So the gas and the leasing of machine will count as mortary expenses, but they're not necessarily fixed costs. But if we add the cost, it will still get like our total cost right there. And then we can calculate some other expressions right there, like gross profit is total revenue minus cost of sales. Get those values. And then the exciting part, profit is total revenue minus total costs. Wait, happened. But basically, if you add all those profit, we get actually slightly more than 1 million profit in rupiah, obviously. Okay, enjoy this blank screen for now. Never mind, okay. What? Okay, so anyways, we can calculate some other expressions, such as gross profit margin and profit margin by those stuff. And capital employed will be explained later. And then we get return of capital employed, which are those percentages. Now, one thing I would actually explain here is of how like decreases like to 0%, and then like it becomes like very minuscule, like barely 3%. So like, that's mainly because of our new machine, because we have to pay our parents for like 100,000 a week. So basically, there's actually more capital, but we get relatively similar profit, or actually slightly less, as you can see right there. So that's why our return of capital employed, or ROCE, or I don't know how you pronounce that, is now very low. But we expect this to increase if we continue to sell, because like the ideal return of capital employed would be around 15%. So after probably like a few months, we'll get back to where we started. Okay, next is the table down below, which is our balance sheet or statement of financial position. Okay, so there are many assets that we have here. First, we have pans. We actually use 2 pans for production. One costs 140,000. Another one costs 200,000. So if we add up, we get 340,000. And the spoon, spatula, we have 1 spatula used for production. We have 3 spoons for scooping up the popcorn and like mixing up the ingredients and the sugar and all that stuff. And the stove, which costs around 380. The trays, we have 2 trays, each cost 24. And then the popcorn machine is valued at 1.8 million. And then if we sum that up, we get our non-current assets as shown. We do not take any inventory, so that's 0. We get our cash balance from the previous table. And we get our current assets. We also get our current liabilities, but it's 0 because we don't have any short-term debts. And even if we offer credit purchases, they're always paid within the week period, so we don't really have any current liabilities there. And then we get our net assets right there. This sum up all of our assets and then minus the current liabilities. And then these are financed by the following. We have our own shareholder equity, which is basically our own money. And we use some of the retained profit to buy and purchase like some raw materials, and we also pay our parents for the machine. And the non-current liabilities here are only 100 when we pay for the machine. So we get those. We also have capital employed, which is exactly the same as the net assets. However, one interesting note is that we also have expressions such as current ratio and asset test ratio. You scroll there. But we cannot compute that because we don't have current liabilities and you can't divide by 0. So, and that's it. And then now to the chemistry part.
Okay. this, this is our material safety data sheet from brown sugar. Our hazard is nausea and diarrhea if it's consumed too much. Could be irritant to our skin and eyes. And it won't be toxic and it isn't dangerous for our environment. And there's no special method requirement for disposal considerations. How about the stability and reactivity? The material is stable under normal condition of use, and no, it does not flammable, and the pH is 5.1 until 5.5, and the handling is all material be handled under good housekeeping. And how to store it? Store container in a dry and cool place. Keep from freezing. Store product between temperature of 55 Fahrenheit until 75 Fahrenheit. The second part is margarine. Margarine, the hazard is no food ingredients are hazardous according to OHHA criteria. And it won't toxic and it isn't dangerous for our environment. Is there any disposal consideration? Oil salt material may combust, so should be properly managed to prevent ignition. The stability and reactivity. Stable under recommendation storage condition, which is 35 Fahrenheit until 45 Fahrenheit. And is flammable. Material may pose fire hazard, and the pH is Na. The handling, if you notice smoke due to oil use, decrease or remove the heat source. There is a risk of fire when material like rags, steel woods, paper, or clothes are soaked in oil. To prevent this, place such material in a sealed metal container. If there is smoke from oil's use, take action to reduce or eliminate the heat source. And the last one is how to store it. Ensure dry, well-ventilated storage area between 35 Fahrenheit until 45 Fahrenheit, or as indicated on specification.
Okay, now for granulated sugar or gula tebu in there are no hazards and it's not toxic or dangerous to the environment, so it's relatively safe. However, for disposal considerations, you should throw small amounts of sugar to regular trash and make sure to not mix it with other stuff. And you may compost it, but not too much. And if you're pouring it down the sink, be cautious, and maybe you could like try to recycle or give away some extra sugar instead of like disposing it in those methods. And it's relatively stable for regular usage, and it's not flammable, but we can't get any data for the pH. And for handling, we should remove from ignition sources, but as long as we're heating it safely, like for example on like a pan, it should be relatively safe. And we should keep the items indoors in places with low humidity and away from sources of moistures to prevent clumping together. And now finally is condensed milk. Like previously, it's not hazardous. It's not toxic and it's not dangerous for our environment. However, the product should not be poured into drains or sewers, and some empty containers of condensed milk should be rinsed with water before discarding. And then next slide. It's also stable under normal conditions. However, it's flammable, so keep away from like direct fire. and we can't get any information for pH once again. But the handling should be taken with care, and we should avoid inhalation. But like honestly, that's stupid if you inhale condensed milk. But you should avoid contact as well with skin and some ice. And to store it, it should be stored in a cool, dry, and well-ventilated place, and also away from any sources of heat and flames. Okay, now I'm going to explain the chemistry behind why kernels pop. Basically, inside kernels, there's some amount of water, which takes up around 14% of the kernel's mass. And when they're heated until obviously 100 degrees Celsius, the boils into steam. And because the water is now in gas form, they move freely, like the molecules move freely, which increases pressure because they move faster and more freely, and they also collide more with the walls of the kernel, the inside walls. But at the same time, some starch in the kernel gelatinizes, and this is basically when starch and water are heated up together, so the starch granules will swell up because some of the water will be absorbed by the starch molecules. And then if we continue to increase the temperature beyond 100 degrees Celsius, there will be more faster movement of gas molecules, and there will be more collisions as well, so there will be more pressure exerted on the walls of the kernel from the inside. And this is because as we increase temperature, the gas molecules get more kinetic energy, so it increases pressure as well. And eventually around 180 degrees Celsius, the kernel will not be able to withstand the pressure, so will pop outwards due to too much pressure. And the pop sound is actually from the steam molecules escaping from inside the kernel. And the popcorn will turn from, well, what used to be yellow into now white, because actually the starch from the popcorn. So it basically like pops inside out. And if you see from the picture in the next slide, there you go. This is before we heat it, but it's still in the packaging, but and then this is after, so it turns white now, and it's also bigger in volume because of the starch exploding outwards. Now we get to the fun part. So what we have here is called the ideal gas law, and basically states that the pressure of gas molecules multiplied by the volume that it occupies is equal to number of molecules times a constant times temperature of the molecules. So let's say we have a corn kernel, we have some water or possibly steam inside the kernel. So basically what this tells us is that as we increase the temperature, so like this increases, oh god, so like this increases, right? So if this increases, then this side will also increase. But the volume stays relatively constant because it still tries to hold the pressure from the inside. So what increases to like balance both sides should be the pressure. So this is why when the temperature increases, the pressure inside will increase. And then next slide. Now you may be wondering what is an ideal gas? This is a imaginary gas that has supposedly no intermolecular interactions, and its molecules, like those little small atoms, will occupy negligible volume compared to the container, so we can assume it's zero. So we can use this formula for relatively low temperatures and pressures as long as it's not too high, because it's still ideal, but temperatures beyond that, the intermolecular forces of water will become more significant, so there will be some errors in that formula. And even though water vapor is not actually ideal, like I said, the formula should still work, but with few % error. However, we can actually use a more general formula for like non-ideal gases. Next slide. This is a generalized version. So this is called the van der Waals equation, invented by a Dutch person. So as you can see, we still have quantities P and V, which are pressure and volume respectively. The right-hand side stays the same, but we have the additions of this and this. So what is A and B? So A is related to the intermolecular attractions between the gas molecules, and B is related to the total volume of the gas molecules, but not the container, but rather like the individual atoms. So basically, we can form this into the ideal gas law by plugging in A 0 and B equals 0 as well, because like those things will be 0. So we just have P times V. And then next slide will be for the next process, which will be explained by Nico.
Okay, the next one is caramelization process. Caramelization is a process which chemically changes sugar to have a darker and more complex taste by using low heat. The taste is usually a mixture of sweet and slightly bitterness. And both brown and granulate sugar mainly contain sucrose. And these break down into glucose and fructose upon heating. Both sugar become dehydrated and react with each other. Many reaction process after this, forming thousands of compounds such as yeah. But, the glucose and fructose also. Caramelization is still being studied and understood by scientists since they are still finding all possible compounds that can form a really complex process. If sugar are heat too much, it will turn black and give off water vapor fumes due to the excess of oxidation from the sugar. Since sugar like sucrose are organic compound, excessive heating will decompose them to carbon and release water in gas form. Oxidation and dehydration of sugar at high temperature is due to thermal stability limit that the chemical bond in its structure has. This bond will break as temperature continues to increase. And this is our picture doing the caramelization process and the popcorn. I think that's it from our presentation.
Okay, now let's begin the Q&A session. Thank you, Rafas and Eka. We're going to give the chance to Mr. Marcus at home. Mr. Marcus, hello. Do you have any questions for this particular group? Hello, Mr. Marcus. Do you have any questions, Mr. Marcus? Okay, we can hear you, Mr. Marcus.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
They can. They can. They
Can
can.
you?
They
Okay. Hello? Feedback banget. Right. I want to ask about how your promotion. Can you explain about your
Hello? Oh, hey. Hey, hey. Hello, mister? Sir? Sir? So the answer is first, we tell the buyers how our popcorn is made, such as from New Zealand. And then we force the buyer to buy our popcorn. Yeah, we force.
By the way.
Yeah. That's it.
Hello?
Hello?
Right. Okay. I think I put that on the message, right? If you can put the message. Just explain about your promotions. Task management, time management, man management, and your supplier selections.
What? 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 So like just the general like how we promote it, right? Okay. So in short, the way we promote is that like we have this man right here. I also help a little bit. We just go around the school and with some students and teachers that we meet, we just like try to offer them popcorn, and to convince them to buy, we just uh, say why we have like high prices or like high added value because of like expensive butter, which is from New Zealand. And also we can talk about the airtight container or package that keeps the popcorn from being fresh, and time management. Oh, we sell it during snack and lunch breaks because how I manage the time. So for production, we do it like one day before we're about to sell it. We just do it at night, like usually at around like 6 to 8, or like usually 7 to 9. It's like basically just produce popcorn until my bedtime. Yeah.
Wait. Oh, can you explain your task management?
Oh, okay. So basically, I'm responsible for most of the calculations and finance. He's part of marketing, and we both have some roles like in production. Although I'm gonna be honest, like I mostly do all the production, but like he came to my house like several times. Like it's like he helped me with a bit of the production as well.
Solutions, the feedback from your customer, and everything.
Okay, okay. So especially for the first day, there's some complaints such as there's still lots of unpopped kernels. So in other words, when we package it, we didn't like pay that much attention to the kernels, and also some teachers think that it's not too sweet. So that's why we changed the recipe for the next week to have more caramel. Oh yes, also soggy popcorn. That's why we have this technique to make sure all the air goes out from the packaging, and then we seal it completely so there's no air, so the popcorn still remains fresh.
where did you buy your product and why you choose that place to buy your product?
Okay. Mostly we buy it from supermarkets. Uh, we had buy the popcorn once in Gria, in Kopo, in TKI. And my dad also brought some products such as the New Zealand butter from Sumbasari Junction in Suju. And we picked those places because it's actually more reliable, and we think it's also quite cheap. Because when we buy it, we also try to find uh, the raw materials or the ingredients with discount, like 10% usually. So yeah. But for the palm sugar, since we can't find it in supermarkets, we just decide to buy it online. We ship it from Jakarta. That's for the palm sugar.
Buy your palm sugar in Jakarta. Why?
Because we can't find any good palm sugar, or like at least palm sugar that is like good but also locally produced in like here, or at least that's what we think.
And then about your machines, can you tell me or show me what kind of machine that you actually buy?
Okay. I actually have some pictures, but I forgot to put in the slides. But so I don't know if I can add this. Just describe it, right? Oh. Okay. So we brought the machine online. Cost like around 1.8 million, including including ongkir or shipping costs. So basically, the machine runs on electricity, and basically put the popcorn. Wait, I know if you can. Okay, wait. We put the popcorn on like there's like a top can, like hanging from the top, and then there's also a heating source on the bottom, which is powered by electricity. And when we turn it on, it will heat up, but there will also be like some spinning, like it will automatically mix the popcorn kernels um, as it cooks. And then when it pops out, it will just pop out from the container, the container that is hanging above. But also the container is like it has lids that can be opened and shut. So basically, when it's popped, it expands in volume, right? So it will just like open the lid by itself, and will go out, and will go out to the base of the machine, and the machine is covered in. And also one neat thing about this machine is that some unpopped kernels will just pop out for no reason, like those that are unpopped, but they will sink to the bottom, right? But after we take the popped kernels and we put them on caramel and so on, we can actually reuse those kernels and put it back right there, and it will still retain its taste. So basically, it's also a way to reduce waste of kernels and decrease costs.
Right. So what is the impetus? What is the impetus or what is the reason for you to buy those machines? Sorry, that machine.
Okay. We're working on improving quality of the popcorn because we think that cooking manually with like with a gas stove and pan is too unreliable because there might be risk of unpopped kernels and also burnt kernels at the same time. So there will be less yield of popcorn. So me and my parents started for a while, and my dad found this machine online, which is our machine right now. And this machine will then like produce more yield and will produce better quality of popcorn because there will be like a significantly different taste when you cook it manually and when you cook it with a machine.
Um, have you actually get your investment back from buying this machine?
Uh, Unfortunately, not really because we only sold it for 3 weeks. So, and the revenue we got isn't really like close to the cost of the machine. So,
So it's actually, do you think it's a bad decision to buy that machine, or do you have other thing in mind?
but that machine is not entirely for our business as well, because well, like I said, I put leasing of machine for 100,000 per week. And that's because the machine is actually also for family purposes as well. Sometimes my little sister would eat popcorn as well. So, yeah.
Wait, what? Will
It's used for family purposes, which could also feed my little sister because she likes popcorn.
Wow, okay. So are you planning to sell this popcorn after this project's done?
I think we could, if we're allowed. Because like I
no one
think
actually stop you for selling things in.
I mean, if you're allowed, we will sell again.
Like when what 1.8 ish, right? So
Yeah.
it's not your investment is not actually
Yeah.
get back yet. Yeah, I know that. You're actually going to use by your sister and everything, but in the sense of a business wise, don't think in the finance wise, don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't think that your sister will eat popcorn every day, right?
Honestly, yeah, for like
Or
twice a
yeah,
week.
there will be a problem with stomach ache. Right, I guess that's from me. I think I already answered all the questions that I need. Okay. So wait, and then also one more thing. Is that improve your time of improve your productivity or your basically it actually is that speeding up your productions?
Yes, actually.
I meant like how much the time that you actually have to you could improve over using that machine instead of using pan.
Um, for a time, it's like slightly quicker. It's like around 10 minutes to cook like 100 grams, if I'm not mistaken. But could be faster if like the container is already heated. So I think it's also faster, and it's also more, will produce more yield as well, like I said before. I think, yeah.
Oh yeah, one more thing. That's the cost part, the raw material. Can I
Oh,
see
yeah.
it one more time? The raw material thingy. That you said 100-gram got to something like that, right?
Oh, in the slides, like scroll up.
No, I cannot see the screen though
Oh, okay.
somehow because the camera.
The cameras, oh yeah,
Yay!
yeah,
Wow.
like up above, I think. Oh,
Wait, not this.
one.
So yeah, the variable cost.
Yeah.
How much is it? Like 100 gram can get you into what, 20 something? Can I see that?
Yeah, 23,000.
Before this, I guess.
Oh, before
This
that.
previous slides.
Oh, it's just a marketing mix.
Previous slides. No, after this though. After this one. Oh wait. Okay. 200 grams is enough for making 10 medium
Medium popcorn.
size. And then before that, you said 100 gram, right?
Yeah. Good question.
Okay. Can I see that?
So to explain that, like one day we decided to just produce 200 grams of each. So 200 grams caramel and 200 grams what do you call it? Salted. So we just basically produce 100 grams first and then another 100 grams. And then after we combine those in like one tray, we found that it's enough for 10 medium-sized bags. I think that's
So
why.
wait. So it's basically the 10 medium size bag is 300 grams, 200 plus 100, or is it 200?
200. 200 grams total. 200 grams total.
200 grams. So it's not 300, 201 plus 100. Or is it 200? Because I'm confused with the numbers here.
Oh, this one. Yeah. For this one, it's just 200 grams. And then 200 grams equals 10 medium bags. Something like that.
Okay, the previous slides again?
Previous slides, so yeah. I think I get what you mean. Like variable cost per 100 grams.
Right? So which one is right? The correct one, actually.
Actually, kind of both. Because we use the 200 grams metric for the medium-sized bags because I think it will be more reliable and more accurate. Because when we pack the popcorns, if we just use like 100 grams, for example, let's say if there's like leftovers after filling like some bags up, it'll be hard to calculate how much of that leftovers is of the whole bag. So that's why we use 200 grams to make it slightly more accurate.
Okay, so that also makes the calculations slightly different, right? So you should not use the 100 gram, right? Instead, you have to use the 201, right?
For the 200 grams, I actually just converted it to like let's say one. If you scroll down, wait.
The 4,000, the 4,400, that's for 100 or for 200?
For 4,400. That's for 100 grams.
For
But-
100 gram, right?
Yes. However,
Okay.
we converted like how many grams of raw popcorn, like for example, one medium bag contains. Like we just like kind of flip the units. Like since one medium bag is 20 grams, and then just do like some calculation. Just divide by 100 to get the value of 1 gram of popcorn, and then times 20 to get the value of 20 grams of popcorn, or just one medium bag.
Oh, okay. Right, okay, so the rest can ask, I guess.
Okay.
Miss Lothar want to ask something.
Okay.
Hello, Rafa and Nico. Yeah,
Hello.
I'm really interested with your pricing strategy. So let me confirm it first that you sell it with the higher price in the beginning. After that, you decrease it.
Yes.
Relax. Just relax. Take a deep breath. I'm very interested because let's try we compare with the with similar product. Yeah, let's say the popcorn that's selling in the cinema. Yeah, like CGV. My question: have you ever found that CGV? Yeah, let's say we say it's CGV. make the price of their popcorn become decrease. I mean, like they sell decreasing their price.
Wait, I don't really get the question.
Oh, I mean, like, have you ever found that CGV selling their popcorn by decreasing their price?
Like, so like they have a loss or something? Like they decrease their price. Yeah.
They decreasing.
Thing, yeah.
I think yes. Oh, because I haven't found it, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
That's why I want to ask you, do you agree or not? Because if you say, sir, I found it in CGV, that's my end of question. Wrong.
But it's actually like for business because like we try to sell high to like generate like lots of profit for like first week at least, and then when people say it's too expensive, we just decrease it slowly and slowly until like 15K.
Yeah. So maybe I will say it from my experience, yeah. I rarely found that, or like let's say Top Coffee lah ya from not wrong ya. They never like decreasing their price, but they will change their strategy to make their product cheaper. What do you think? Can you analyze it? What their strategy without decreasing the price, but they will sell their product cheaper.
They add more of their product for same
Nah,
price.
that's it, right? Like say, like if you buy two, you will get one free, or maybe in CGV, if I found it, maybe you can correct me. They will like make a new package. Let's say like only with 15,000 you will have this one and this one, but they rarely like decreasing directly their price. So maybe my question, what do you think the benefit their strategy if it compares with your strategy by just like directly decreasing the price? Which one do you think it's the strength and the weakness from each of the strategy? I think. Thank you.
Okay. So like if we just add more products but sell it for the same price, if the difference is like very small, it's like for example we just add like a few grams of popcorn but sell it at the same price, it might be hard to convince people that like it's for a lower price like per popcorn. Like it might be hard to convince them. Like the benefits is that I think because like I think the benefits is that compared to like when you directly decrease the price, let's say you suddenly have like a loss or something, like you have like lots of costs, for example. If you try to increase the price back, it will be hard to get lots of sales because like less people want to buy because like, according to the customers, they think like the business is about to bankrupt. So any more questions, perhaps?
We'll give the chance to the audience. One last question. Do you have any? Okay, Mr. Ray.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to comment on the pricing strategy that you also employed. Interestingly, Mr. Lothar has already asked the same question, but from me, your pricing strategy will it affect the customer loyalty?
True.
Meaning that you are doing business, do you plan to do business in a long run, or do you plan to, to make people feel that they pay for they pay in the beginning so they feel tricked and they will not buy your product again in the future? Thank you.
I'll probably like consider that for future sellings. I think for like next month, I think like in 2024, if you're gonna sell again, you're gonna decrease the price to be roughly the same as that. Because initially our objectives was to maximize profit. So we try to I'm sorry, scam. we didn't really think about like customer loyalty because like we thought that decreasing the price slowly and slowly will make people more have a more willing to buy our popcorns.
But yeah, in the commercial in the commercial strategy, they rarely very rarely decreasing their price because it's the loyalty and they will the first customer will feel like, oh my god, I get scam, I buy it with this price and now you like decreasing the price. Oh my god, that's it, that's the problem. That's why they will change the strategy. Maybe like you said before,
Yeah.
maybe if you buy two, I will give you the one free, something like that, or maybe they will package it into like some of products like that. But they will they will like directly decreasing the price. Yeah, that's like my experience and suggestion. Thank you, Rafa. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Okay, not a questions, but I just want to make it probably question about the caramelization.
Okay, sure. Oh,
Next after.
oh, this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um, the second paragraph, lack of what perfume, not oxidation, just water loss.
Oh,
It's,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not oxidation, but it's hydration.
I see. Yeah.
Not be
I see, I see.
corrected.
Okay.
Okay, and the other one, just want to ask, what do you learn? And it's just like active question.
Okay.
What you learn and what do you feel after? Yeah, this project. Yeah.
Honestly, I feel kind of good because like I learned how to run a business for first time. Okay, how about Nico? How do you feel, bro?
Um, um, like I have to more humble, I guess. Giving discount to others, probably. Yeah. Yeah. Learn how to calculate the financing, probably. How to market the popcorn thing.
Okay, thank you for Rafas and Nicholas. Let's give them a round of applause. For the next group, I invite Gregory's group, and Miguel's, right?
Hello, good morning, friends. Here's today we're gonna be speaking about our business. Our final project. Okay, so these are the table of contents that will be shown throughout this. First part is the introduction. Okay, so this is our business objectives. Our main objective is to make profit, obviously. Sell 20 boxes of candles in a span of around 2 weeks. One box, 5 candles, and to serve high quality custom candles at an affordable. Our business, Serene Scents. Dedicated to bringing you affordable and high quality scented candles. Okay, so this is our product. Okay, so we sell scents of lavender and vanilla. And our unique selling point is candles are scented and unique packaging and dimensions of the tea. You can see over there, a 3.8 times 12. 1.2, sorry. Okay, so for the custom candles, these the available colors are red, pink, and white, with the scents of vanilla and peppermint. Unique selling point is the candles are customized to whatever color or scent the consumer wants, and the dimensions is 5.6 times 8. So now we are going over the planning section. Our target market are the students and faculty of PENABUR Banda. Why? Because it's easier to penetrate into the market of networking, and it is time and cost efficient. The customers are easily within. We did research, and according to secondary, vanilla is the most popular candle scent, and it takes up 11% of the scented candle market. That's why we chose that scent for our first. And lavender is one of the most popular candle scents, which contains 8% of the. And according to primary research data, some respondents prefer more flowery scents, such as lavender, jasmine, while other respondents preferred more sweet vanilla scents. Therefore, pick those scents in our batch production. And for those that preferred a specific scent, we customize their candles. And that's how the other business model was born. So these are the 4 P's: product, price, place, and promotion. So what our product is scented candle lights. Lights are the one in the small boxes, while the scented candles are the ones that are in jars. The available scents are vanilla, lavender, and peppermint. Colors are red, white, and pink. So the place or distribution is face-to-face selling. We did not set up any stalls and sold directly to consumers. The pricing method we chose were cost-plus pricing and promotional pricing. And the promotion is direct marketing. What it means is we basically go up to people and advertise our product towards them directly. So this is our business plan. What? Selling scented candles. How? Making candles at home and then selling them at school. Our consumers, secondary students, JC students, and school staff. Our success metrics are to sell all products and being past the break-even point.
Our competitors are other groups that are selling their own products, slime and popcorn soda. So packaging. The reason why we chose cardboard packaging, paper, stuffing, that it creates a sense of authenticity. It protects product from external damages such as dropping. It is cheap and easy to produce, and it is environmentally friendly. 3. So first we divided into 4 roles: finance, me, advertising and marketing, both of us, candle producers, both of us, and market research. I do the market research. So these are our materials and suppliers. The materials are paraffin wax, essential oil, candle holders, candle wicks, and containers. Our suppliers are Toko Titu, Tokopedia, Toko Segar, and Toko Kurnia Mas. So these are the 2 production methods that we use. First is batch production, and second is job production. Batch production is used to making the tea lights, and most of the sales come from batch production. Well, for job production, we use job production for scented candle, the customized ones, and it only takes up 16.7% of the total sales. So these are our procedures. First, we cut the wax and make a double boiler system using water and another pot. So we added the wax to the first pot so that the boiled water will melt the wax. And then once it's melted, we either add coloring or directly pour it into the tea light containers. For finance results. So this is our detailed income statement. The fixed costs are the pots that we bought. The variable costs are gas, raw materials, and packaging. The revenue is from the first batch, second batch, and custom candles. Total revenue is 805,000. And our total profit is 336,950,000. Wait, 336,950. This is our cash flow chart. We did not make any more money other than selling the candles. So other receipts are at 0. Our total inflow are directly equal to the receipts. And our first opening balance was 0. This is our balance sheet at the end of the 3rd week. So we had our non-current assets, which are the long-term assets that we used. Current assets, such as cash. We had no current liabilities since we did not have to pay taxes, dividends, or trade payables. Our net assets are nothing. And our retained profits are 336,950. Because capital employed equals non-current assets plus current assets minus current liabilities. Therefore, our capital employed was 352,850. This is our break-even point graph. So as you can see, our break-even point is if we sell 1.08 boxes of candles, or in other words, 2 boxes. This is our break-even point over here. This is the area of loss, this entire part, and this is the area of profit. So these are our sales timeline. So in the first week, we sold our first batch. We sold and created our first batch, which is vanilla scented. In the second week, created and sold our lavender scented candles. And in the third week, we sold the rest of the first, second, and custom candle batches. 5, math.
Okay, so this is our income statement. Our fixed cost is 15,900. Our variable cost is 400,000, 52,150. Our total cost, 400,000, 68,050. The sales is 800,000, 5,000. Yeah. And then our profit is 300,000, 36,950. So this is our profit batch graph, including the custom candles. So we had the most profit on the second batch, and the first batch, second, like the leases from the customs. So profit predicted for the future. If the business happens to continue, the profit will increase since the business will be more focused on job production, which guarantees profits and sales, and can take advantage of seasonal marketing such as Christmas or birthdays to increase the sales. Our excuse. Okay, so this is the chemistry part, I guess. Okay, so how a candle even works. So basically, a candle consists of pretty much like 3 simple parts, I guess. So like the actual candle part, the wax pool, the wick, and I guess like the flame here. And when you ignite the candle, heat from the flame melts the surrounding wax, releasing the essence and fragrance within. And that wax, melted wax, is called the wax pool in this part. This aromatic process forms the wax pool, and this is larger the wax pool, the more the fragrance will, I guess, like disperse the air, making it stronger. So a little bit about paraffin wax and essential oils. So paraffin wax derives from petroleum. It's soft and white in composition with its low melting point. It is widely utilized in candle making for clean burning, and it's also commonly used for water repelling properties. Yes, and essential oils derived from plants are primarily used in aromatherapy as a natural alternative to modern day medicine. They provide potential benefits like help with sleep, stress relief, and more. However, there needs to be more research to be done. It's important to know that essential oil itself isn't meant to be consumed, like drank, but better to be indirectly inhaled. That's why the 2 most popular methods of doing this is through burning a scented candle or a diffuser. The only difference being a scented candle uses wax and a flame, while diffusers use water, oil, and no flame. So more information about paraffin wax and essential oil. Paraffin are primarily composed of hydrocarbons, alkanes, which are saturated hydrocarbons. Pretty much that's the general formula for alkalines is CnH2n plus. The N is a variable for on what you use. And the chemicals responsible for the scents in lavender is linalool and linalyl acetate. For peppermint, it's menthol and menthone. For vanilla, it's mostly vanillin. Sorry.
Okay, so this is the MSDS for paraffin wax. So the hazards of paraffin wax is that it might be irritating the skin and eyes, and the vapor itself might be irritating to the throat and lungs. Breathing high concentrations of this vapor can cause anesthetic effects, and repeated contact may cause some sort of allergies. How to handle or contain it is to store it in an area away from any unnecessary source of light, heat, and any sources of ignition, like let's say like a stove or something, like electricity. For disposal, if this wax should be filled or released, there should be no flames, and any source of ignition should be eliminated. And small spills can be wiped using a cloth, while larger spills use some sort of porous absorbent. So these are the MSDS of essential oils. The hazards are potential seizures, persistent coughs, gagging, choking, shortness of breath, and wheezing, nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea, skin irritation if it is exposed directly to the skin, eye redness if directly exposed to the eye, and it is flammable. Light and other sources of ignition, and stored in a cool area. How to dispose is you have to dilute it with carrier oils before disposing it to make the oil less potent and dangerous. For handling, to apply to the skin, dilute with carrier oils to prevent harmful concentrations of the essential oil. Conclusion. So, the original question was how to increase added value on locally produced products through chemical processes. And our response was by turning said locally produced products through chemical processes into candles. The locally produced products being tin, wax, glass, and essential oils, cotton wicks. And to further increase added value, we started a second business model, which is with the customized candles. Instead of using batch production, we use job production to further increase added value through personalization. This is our reflection. So what we could have improved is that we could have chose cheaper suppliers to increase profits, advertise business using social media, and conduct surveys beforehand instead of afterhand to know consumers better and their preferences. These are our SWOT analysis. Our strengths was unique fragrances and had a customized candle business model. Weaknesses was poor marketing and poor promotion. Our opportunities were seasonal promotions such as Christmas or birthdays. And our threats were competition from other groups trying to sell their own product as well. This is our conclusion statement. If the business is allowed to continue, profits would still increase. But if that happens, we would shift our focus more into custom candles instead of tea lights, since it guarantees profits. These are our sources, and thank you for listening. Any questions?
We're going to give the chance to the audience to ask. Any of you from secondary 2, probably. Secondary 3. Any questions regarding the topic? Okay.
Sorry, man. Okay, so in the beginning you mentioned about high quality candles, but how do you conduct the quality controls to ensure that the candles are actually high quality?
We inspect every single candle we have made to ensure that it aligns with our standards of quality. That the candles at least burn for 30 minutes and the wax at least fills the container full. fully. And good scent. We didn't. With the failed products, we just recycled them to not waste any resources.
Happy with the answer? Okay, any other questions from the audience? Okay, I would love to ask the questions. Your candle, it says from this scientific journal, it says that when it burns, paraffin releases toxic chemicals that can cause respiratory problems and even cancer. Do you realize that, and how you educate your consumer, and if it is that hazardous, why you choose to sell it?
So our concentrations of paraffin wax are not harmful, and it won't cause cancer because it is in small amounts, such as tea lights, and the jars are not large enough to cause any respiratory diseases.
Is there any certain parameter that this amount is okay, that amount is not okay?
For example, 10 kilograms of paraffin wax being burnt may cause respiratory problems. However, only 200 or 300 grams will not cause any problems.
Did you incorporate the warning hazard into your product?
We did not feel like we needed to because it is in small concentrations and will not cause any harm.
Thank you. Questions? No? Oh, okay. One final question would be, what have you learned during the process for both of you?
We learned about marketing strategies and about the structure of what causes the scents in candles, and about the properties of paraffin wax, essential oils, and their hazards, and how to make a semi-successful business.
So what I learned from this experience is more about how to make candles and their materials like paraffin, wax, their essential oils, and like stuff like that. And I also learned like what people want from a candle business, and like how it could be improved, like better quality or like glass jar, custom scents. What else? Yeah, that's about it. Also, how to make us an okay candle. Good quality candle. Expensive.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation. Let's give them a round of applause. You may return to your place. The next group will be Jamie's group.
Thank you, Miss.
Oh, before that, we have 5 minutes break. Please come back, okay, within 5 minutes. Students, we are about to start. Please be seated. Calling all students to the circle hall. We are about to start. Please be seated. The break time is over. Come on, please be seated. Audrey, Matthew, Carissa, Rafa, GM, okay, please maintain order. Appreciate the friends in front of you. Okay, the next group would be Jamie and Sarah. You may proceed.
Good morning, everyone. Today we're gonna present our math, business, and chemistry project. So our our project is Squish and Squelch.
So the meaning of squish and squelch is qualities of wet, soft substance being compressed or deformed, and it's often used to evoke a sense of moisture and softness in various contexts.
So what do we sell? We specialize in selling an array of captivating and customizable slime products. Our product line features a diverse range of slime varieties, from classic and glossy slime to cloud and crunchy slimes, each carefully crafted for a unique sensory experience. All of our slime is made from sketch.
So these are the main ingredients used in making slime. The first one is PVA glue. It contains a polymer called polyvinyl acetate, PVA. The polymer chains in the glue are essential for creating the unique texture and stretchiness that characterize slime. And the next one is color dye. It gives a aesthetic appeal. Coloring slime with dye makes it visually appealing and adds an element of fun. We enjoy creating slime in a variety of colors to match people's preferences.
The other ingredients are glycerin. Adding glycerin can contribute to the slime's stretchiness and viability. Borate compounds, borax, a salt of boric acid, is often utilized as a slime activator. When dissolved in water, it releases borate ions that interact with the glue's polyvinyl acetate molecules, creating a flexible and stretchy substance known as slime.
So this is the process of making slime. First one, we measure ingredients. We pour the desired amount of PVA glue into the mixing container, and we start about a half of a cup for a small batch. And the second step is we pour pure body wash. So we add a squirt of body wash to the glue. The body wash can add a nice scent and also affect the texture of the slime. The third step is incorporate shaving foam. We dispense Gillette foamy lemon shaving foam into the mixture. This adds fluffiness and volume to the slime. We started with a small amount and add more as needed for consistency. And the fourth step is we integrate eye drops. We add a few eye drops of Insto eye drops to the mixture. Eye drops containing boric acid can act as slime activator.
Fifth is add color dye. So we added a few drops of the chosen color dye to the mixture. So when people customize it, they can tell us what color they want. Then mix well until the color is evenly distributed. Sixth is adjusting consistency. If the slime is too sticky, add a bit more eye drops. If it's too stiff, add a bit more shaving foam or body wash. And we'll keep adjusting until we achieve the desired texture.
Slime is neither liquid nor solid and has properties of both. Slime is made up of polymers, which are made of long chains of molecules that bind together when the ingredients blend. Here's a chemistry breakdown. So this is the bonding process of slime. So first we have polymer glue, then we add borate ion, and it turns to PVA borate cloth-linked polymer plus water. Produces slime.
So there's safety requirements when you play slime. So first, hand washing. Everyone must wash their hands thoroughly before and after playing with slime to prevent the transfer of germs. Storage. Store slime in airtight containers to prevent drying out and to keep it clean. And avoid ingestion. Emphasize to children that slime is not for eating. Keep slime away from pets. So this is the business and math part.
So for the market research, we use secondary research. So we research online because it is time efficient. Also, due to limited time, we couldn't conduct a survey. So slime gained significant. So this is our cash flow report. And for the first batch, we made 12 containers of slime, and same with the second batch. So for the payments, we paid around 188,000 to make the slime, and our net cash flow is 232,000. So the opening balance, the money we have to the money we can spend is 500,000, and the closing balance is 732,000. And for the second batch, the opening balance changed to 732,000, and closing balance 964,000. So for the break-even point, we didn't make a chart because our fixed cost is 0. So our capital startup is 500,000, and our total profit is 232,800 times 2 because we made 2 batches. So our profit per batch is 232,800. So therefore, to break even, we need to make at least 3 batches because 500,000 divided by 232,800 is 2.15. Or in other words, we should make at least 26 containers of slime to break even. So 2.15 times 12, basically 25.8 or 26 containers.
So this is our profit graph. That's for batch 1 and for batch 2. It's almost the same amount. It's the same amount. So the reflection is the reason why we only obtain a small number of sales is because we lack of time management. and work labor. Also, the time required to make one batch of slime is a lot. If the business continues to produce, it is likely that we will gain more profit. Thank you, that's all.
Okay, for the Q&A session, I give the opportunity for the audience. Do you have any questions? Go ahead.
I have several concerns. First of all, how do you mix the ingredients to make the slime?
How do I mix?
The ingredients to make the slime.
I use a spoon and a bowl.
How do you maintain quality control throughout the production and check for the quality at the end of the process?
We use the same ingredients, and I tried storing it for 2 days before selling it to see if the slime melts or dries.
What are the standards for the best quality of slime that is suitable for selling?
It isn't sticky to your hands. Doesn't stick to your hands, and it's playable.
And could you go back to the previous slides about your business plan? The business plan. Yeah. Where is the time constraint? So we know the quantity, which is 10 slimes per batch, but do you have a time constraint for the plan, like the goal?
Like in a month. So our goal is to sell 10 slimes per batch in a month.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions from the audience?
Okay, thank you. Let me ask you about the background reason why you chose this. And then second one, I would like to ask you, when you start a new business, what is the first thing you must do?
I think plan.
Okay, because I did not see that you made people's need survey, which I think that is very important. I would like you to relate how important to do or to conduct a survey of the people needs before you start a new business. Would you please explain about that? Thank you.
I think it's really important to start a survey because they are the people who are purchase the slime. I mean the product, so you must know what they want and what they need.
Okay, the next questions from the audience probably. There are my questions then. You said that in order to make the best quality of slime, you actually test it until you have the desired consistency. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we reduce touching surfaces. You say that you use spoon, but how using spoon can test the consistency of slime? Because you should touch it. Now, when you touch it, you actually divide it into how you can ensure that yours is quite hygienic. Consider that the target market is the 9 until years old, is kind of prone to sickness.
We don't only use spoon. Yes, we use hand. because like because we need to test consistency. But we wash our hands first before making the slime. Um,
Did you
our
wear
hands
mask?
clean.
Not gloves?
No, because when you use gloves, it'll actually like it's
Thank you. Jamie, can you show me the ingredient you use? Polyphenol. Go to the next. Next one that has chemical structure there. Polymer. This the PVA same as you. You know what is acetate?
I haven't researched that. I don't know.
Yeah, this is actually not polyphenol acetate. The one, the polymers, is not phenyl acetate. So there is, yeah, you should fix this part. This one is PVA, is polyphenol alcohol, because there is no carboxylic group there. It's alcohol group, right? You say it's polyphenol acetate. So which one actually you use? Is it the PVA or PVAC?
I think PPA.
What is the color of the glue then? Yeah? Clear. Oh. Yeah, please make the correction for your slide or and also your reports later. It's not PVC, PVA.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more thing, it's about the MSDS. I haven't found the MSDS in your slides. Is there any hazardous materials that you use in this slime or your product?
Like,
yeah. I think any hazardous materials that can be harmful.
I think only borax. Why we put the target audience from 9 to 15, things like kids, age 1 to 5. They're usually, so if they can eat or
Do you put the label in your product?
no, we just
Yeah, I think that's all.
One last question.
Okay, Jamie and Sarah, can we go to the secondary research slide? Okay. Yeah, okay, that one. Okay, so in there you said, you guys said that slime gained so significant popularity as a trend on social media platforms, especially Instagram and TikTok. Did you have any statistical data about that? Maybe grab on when it became the trend and what is the criteria? What is the criteria that you used so that you can say that it's trending on the social media, if there is any? Thank you.
It was so popular like 2009 to 2000. or I think then like people call it a fidget and popular back then. And a lot of people likes it, like including our friends, classmates. And when we made this, thought if we sell this, a lot of people would probably purchase it again because they liked it.
Oh, okay. So it was gained significant popularity before in 2018 and 2019.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just based on your knowledge, not based on your actual research database. That's what Mr. Ken tried to ask. Do you have any statistical data that will confirm your claim there that such call is significant popularity?
So we do not have like specific data, but I think in around 2018 we are really active in social media, so we know what's going on, the viral.
Because you know that scrolling social media, it's AI, right? What you see for several times, it will be introduced to you again and again. It doesn't mean that it's viral.
So in TikTok, not really AI because people online posted it.
Okay. Last one. What have you learned during the process, both of you?
For me, I think I've learned to make the break-even point and cash flow report, how to calculate the profit and revenue.
For me, I learned to have more time management and like to plan better. Because if I managed time, we could actually sell more and get more profit. But since our time management is a bit bad, can't really sell a lot.
Yeah, same for me.
Okay, thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. The next group would be Kay and Aldi's group, and Jaslyn and Hayden. The last group, yeah. Least but not the last but not least.
Hello everyone, good morning. Today we're going to present our project this year. So our group consists of me, Jesslyn.
And me, Hayden.
And I'm Kay.
So like the things that we're gonna introduce is first the introduction, or like what we're gonna do and stuff, and then like 2, planning and task management, and 3, the chemistry, and 4, the business and mathematics. So the introduction first. What do we sell? We sell the strawberry soda, it's like this, and the price is 25K for one. And the taste is very hydrating, tasty, refreshing, and very delicious. As you can tell, it looks delicious, doesn't it? So the ingredients are strawberries, 4 kilos of strawberries, and then like sugars. And a glass bottle, and then like vanilla powder and cinnamon powder, straws, ice, mint leaves, and sparkling water.
So this is our business planning and task management. For our task division, I work mostly on promotion, and the 3 of us work on marketing and financing, and Kay and Hayden worked on managing and calculating. So our time management for producing the product is a week before release time, and the marketing is also a week before release time. The date we sold our drinks was 1st October 2023. So this is our business strategy. About sales and promotion is our sales strategy focuses on immediate sales and promotions to drive better results. Our information among young teens, strawberry flavored soda stands out as refreshingly simple yet highly popular beverage. So this is our competitor problems, is we need to conduct thorough market research and analysis of our classmates. In order to determine the pricing. So this is our competitor analysis. Is our goal to establish competitive and fair pricing for our products, ensuring affordability to our target market. So this is our marketing planning, is place and target. Our business targets the lower secondary and upper secondary with a primary focus on children, teenagers, young adults, and students. So our price is after thorough consideration involving all team members. We have established a fixed selling price of 25,000. Our goal is for our product to ensure hydration while providing a refreshing taste, giving advantage to make a choice in the market for those seeking both fresh and enjoyable drinking experience.
So going with chemistry. So our chemistry is sparkling water machine process. The first step is to water injection, which is using cold water is added to the carbonation container. And then the second part is carbonating chamber, contains a mechanism for carbon dioxide to release, and the carbon dioxide injection is from a tank placed inside the machine to release into the water. And lastly, so this is the pressure and solution. So carbon dioxide is injection creates pressure, forcing carbon dioxide to dissolve into water, and then form carbonic acid or H2CO3, giving water its fizzingness. So and then there's carbonated water production where carbonation stop once fizzing is achieved, then it's ready to drink. This is the chemical reaction. As you can see, there is a reversible reaction, which is carbon dioxide plus water and reverse to carbonic acid. So this is mean that the carbonic acid can be reformed to hydrogen ions and biocarbonate ions, which is the HCO3 minus. This equilibrium is affected by high pressure and concentration in the water and the carbon dioxide. And by consuming biocarbonate, you can get like burp, so it can release carbon dioxide. And then this is the process of carbonation. Simply, the process is carbon dioxide in injection, which inject by the machine to the water. And then step 2 is dissolution of carbon dioxide. When it is dissolved, then the water inside the container contains carbonic acid. And then third one is formation of carbonic acid. So after the injection, and you get the reversible solution, so you will get sparkling water as the result. And lastly, the carbonation levels. You can adjust the carbonation levels for your sparkling water by adjusting the pressure and the water solution for the carbonation process.
For the mathematics and business calculations. So the strawberries for 4 kilograms, so 1 kilogram is equal to 50K, so it's that 200. And then like the sugar, total cost is 25,500. And the bottle plastic for one is 1,000. And the vanilla powder is 8,000, and the cinnamon powder is 8,000 as well. The straws, straws per pack are 7,500, and the ice is 17,000, and the mint leaves is 8,000. So the total is 314,000.
So this is our statement of financial position. Basically, our fixed cost, which is bottle plastics and straws, is the bottle plastics is contains. We bought for 30 bottle plastics, which is 1,000 for each, which means is 30,000. Which additional with straws is 17,500, which equals to sums up to 47,500. And our variable cost, which is the ingredients, electricity, and water, is, let me explain the electricity. It's so we need 7,200 milliliters of water for our sparkling water. So we divided for 150 milliliters, which is 150 milliliters is 625 rupiah. So based on that calculations, we get 30,000. And additional with water, which as you can see, 7,200, and we bought aqua. So the sums up is 98,000. And additional with the ingredients, so we get 394,500 rupiah, which our total cost is 444,000. So 442,000. So our revenue is 1,025,000, and we only sold once in one day, so it's only our revenue, that's it. So our profit is 583,000.
So this is our cash flow report. The total receipt is 1,025,000 rupiah. Our total inflow is also the same, which is 1,025,000 rupiah. And our cash purchases is 314,000 for the ingredients, 30,000 for electricity, and 98,000 for water. The total outflow is 442,000. Our net cash flow is 583. Our opening balance is 450, and our closing balance is 130,000.
So this is our cash flow, or the profits for the graph. So like the cash flow total is like 580 something, and then like our prediction is actually way more than that, and it's like around 700-ish. So the total profit that we get is actually lower than we expected.
So lastly, break-even graph is, so as you know, our fixed cost is 128,000, which this line, this blue line, and then this another blue line is our total cost, which the fixed cost and variable cost. So you get 442,000, and this green line is our revenue, which 1,025,000. So our profit is 1,025,000 minus variable cost, and we get the break-even point.
And this is the resources and stuff. And thank you very much, Atur nuhun. Thank you.
We begin the Q&A session. Anyone want to ask a question? All right.
Very simple question, actually. Is there any mistake that you wish you didn't do in your business? And then the second one, should you be able to redo your project, what would you have done differently? Thank you.
I think we should have sold more batches instead of only one, because that's our only mistake. And if we were to do it again, I think that's also is to sell more batch and yeah, sell more often, and also
How about the others? Both of you.
So like, yeah, as Justin said, I think we should sell more batches, just, and then like, I think we should also try to sell more flavors. Like Nico is like, they have like the salty and then like the sweet one. So yeah.
And I think for our last, this is based on my opinion, that we sold too much, 25,000, and basically, so if we want to gain more sales for our product per unit, lower our price.
I would like you to go back to the slide with the plastic bottle and straw. That one, that one. Next slide. Yeah, I think that one is clearer. Okay, you know that a lot of people have be concerned about friendlier environment, sustainability, okay? And then as young entrepreneurs, you must also think not about the profit, but also about your environment. I wonder why you as young entrepreneurs would like still to use bottle plastic and straw. Can't you think about any other materials that will be more friendly to our environment and will be safer for the society? That's all. Thank you.
I think we could have used paper packaging, but I think a lot of people are not really comfortable with paper because of like paper straws, they break down faster. And I feel like if we provided paper straws instead of plastic, more people would ask for like more straws because of how fast it breaks down. And I think it would like ruin the quality of the drink because of how much paper gets in your mouth while you're drinking it. And for the bottles, I think it looks and it also is better for plastic because it doesn't like break. Yeah, I think.
For me, I didn't thought of anything using like paper straws and anything, but for my personal experience, I think using paper straws is very breakable, and it's kind of annoying for me because you have to take so many. So like just the same thing, just like plastic bottle, like one like plastic straw equal to so many paper straws. I think it's just the same, anyways.
So my first thought is if sell using like paper bottles, we cannot promote like what is it inside the bottles, and is it really soda or is it just waters, sparkling waters with strawberries? So we need to promote and transparent plastic bottle.
Okay, next question from me. I noticed that you say the production is 1 week before, while you have strawberry. And looking at the price of the strawberries, I believe it's not an organic strawberry, free pesticides strawberries that can spoil way faster than those with organic wine. Would you care to explain what happened to the strawberries during that 1 week? How can you ensure to your consumer that this is good, this is healthy, this is fresh? Okay, that would be my first questions. And the second questions would be, you have this prediction for profit while you only do one time sale. While in mathematics, if you want to make prediction, you should have enough data to predict the profit and future sale. Would you care to explain as well where the prediction?
So for the prediction, I think we were thinking of selling more products, but it didn't end up selling out. So we predicted we would sell around 50 more cups, but it didn't end up selling, and that's how we got our prediction. And the production wasn't really made a week before, but it was like prepared. Like I think it was made around days before, like the jam, because it's not using like cut up strawberries or something, but it's like strawberry jam, and it takes like a long time for it to.
So the prediction is based on your hunch, not based on data. What you expect, not what you predict.
Confidence.
Am I right? Okay. So the strawberry is not fresh strawberry, but instead strawberry jam,
Yeah, it's like homemade strawberry jam.
homemade strawberry jam. And you know the best before. Have you also tested?
Yeah, it lasts around like a week and a half in like the fridge.
A week and a half, and then you make the production a week before.
It was actually made the day, like today, sell like the morning before, but the morning it was sold.
I think that should be presented clearly instead of just saying 1 week before production. Mr. Ken.
Hey, so Jaslyn, Hayden, and Kay, I want to ask one thing that's actually kinda, it tickles me a bit. 25,000 rupiah for glass of strawberry soda. Did you guys think, well, aside from the calculations that you do in order to achieve profit, right, or BEP, did you think that the pricing strategy is attractive to the consumer? Thank you.
So, apart from our competitors, Sec 4 competitors, we also like viewing in restaurants. So, as restaurants are selling more than 25K of this soda with strawberries, we think this is a good price to get profit, but not also like only sell less to get less revenue. So I think we think 25K is the best option.
Okay, may I ask, have you guys seen or maybe do some market survey, like seeing some pricing of the drink at the Indomaret or Alfamart? Like,
Yeah, I have seen one in the restaurants. They cost like 30K or 40K.
30K, 40K in a restaurant.
Yeah.
In a restaurant that, well, generally the pricing there are quite inflated because of the, well, you also buying the vibe, right? Not just the drinks. You're also buying the vibe, and they usually inflating the drink prices. So you guys think that the 25K pricing are attractive to the consumer?
Compared to other restaurants and shops, I think so, yes.
Oh, I see. Okay then. Okay, and I also want to ask. Okay, you show us the process of making your own soda water, right? Okay, so may I ask if you guys did you guys making your own soda water or buy it?
Oh, we have the machine, sparkling water machine.
Oh, you have the machine. Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you, guys.
One more question. Sure. 1,025,000. 41 glasses. In one time. To whom did you sell?
Like most of them are over here, though. This side.
Okay, why didn't you want to sell more? The number is quite good. 1 million. If you sell it like 3 times, you will have profit of 1,500,000. Almost 1.8.
The strawberries ran out and we didn't have enough time.
Okay, so your reflection. What have you learned the entire journey? One of you.
We need more preparation to like calculate with the goods and our selling time.
Start more early. For example, we actually started quite late compared to those guys over there, including Rafa. We started very, very late.
From this project, I think I learned how to like market your product, how to promote, and how to produce your own products, and the thought that comes.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation. Let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you for listening.
Okay, that will end today's session for the project presentation. Thank you for the secondary 4 students for your time and presentation today. Before we dismiss, I'm going to ask Mr. Ray for some announcement.
Okay, guys, you still have time until 12:30. Still have time until 12:30, so you go with your group. Your group is the group that we use for the P5 presentation, Project P5, yeah. I hope you remember. For secondary one, you still remember your group? For upper secondary, it's the group that you have in Bali, that you had in Bali. Okay, so what you need to do, for the lower secondary, it's the group that you had in Yogyakarta, right? So the Yogyakarta group, so you go with your group. I'm going to allocate some classrooms, and Mr. Abia later can have the classrooms ready. So we can allocate secondary 1 into 02, secondary 1, so you can go to 202. Secondary 2, you can go to 201, secondary 2 to 201, and then secondary 3, you can go to 203, and then secondary 4 can go to 204. JC1 can be in lab 1, JC1 can be in lab 1, then JC2 can be in lab 3. Repeat again, yeah, JC2 can be in lab 3. So those of you, oh, they are in mixed class. So if they are in mixed class, so JSEC 4, JC1, and JC2, you will be just around this area, yeah. So Sec 4, JC1, and JC2, because you are in mixed class, you will be just around in this area. You can find spots. You need to make presentations. You need to make presentations. The outline has been there, given by Mr. Budi, and then you will upload, if possible, before or at 12:30. Yeah. So it's a very simple reflection. And remember, Google Slides can be, one can be, you can collaborate on the same file. Okay. Mr. Budi, anything else to add?
Okay, thank you, Pak Ray. Okay, please check your classroom, yeah, because the question that you answer to at presentation itu I'll be there, over there, ya, classroom. Okay, please check, ya. Okay, thank you.